Yay! Okay. I can fly! Woohoo! Okie dokie. Let us listen to some spooky stories. And I'm actually gonna mute my stream from my end, not from you guys' end, but from my end, just so that we can listen to these spooky stories. That's so loud. Okay. Look at my little Build-A-Bear. Actually, I might do this computer. Okay. Wait, wouldn't that change the perspective then? Okay. Hold on here, I need to move. Shit. You also need to see the game now. Okay. That's actually a very bad angle. Bear with me whilst I figure this out. I have no idea if anyone is watching actually. Okay. Let's... Perfect. Right. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit. How many people are watching, if anyone? One person. Hi. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can hear. I think you can hear me, but you know. Okie dokie. Let's play. First, I'm gonna, collect. User posts a breaking news article that states the following. Okay. Claim. How do I earn? Okay. MP match. Interesting. Actually, let's see. Can I see any comments? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Okay, whatever. Hello. The fuck? Log in with your Call of Duty account. What does that mean? Is it... One has to be both. Boo, I hate ads. Okay. I don't know if I can see comments. Oh. No, thank you. I have to look over here to see the comments. Okay, click. Oh. Okay. Let's play finally.
fool would take anything for his tequila's back.
Story time. I forget now. I'm going to kill myself tomorrow, X. I'm also sending 3 packets of copied information to the media.
Let's
When
check
CNN,
out
when
this
the
draw.
NYC, and one Fox News. You all will have to see which one tells the truth about the information that they receive, and which one doesn't. I trust 4chan to do this because of our history of releasing legit info in the face of mass media cover. I have been a professional driver slash security guard for a circle of very wealthy people for almost 8 years.
I don't know who that
I started
is.
by working the door at a private gentleman's club outside of the DC area. From that job,
Type
I
19. The
was
Type
introduced
19 is
to
so
some employment
smooth. I'm gonna put the volume down.
because I had experience as both a cab driver and a
So
bouncer.
smooth. Oh, Dark
While I
Shepherd.
was always overlooking and keeping my mouth shut about
That
the
doesn't
drugs
really
and
look like Dark
prostitution
Shepherd.
that my employers at the club profited from, they thought I'd be a good fit to work the weekends
No.
for Mr. Epstein. At first,
What's
I
this?
didn't do very much. Definitely nothing important. I would
Okay.
run errands mostly and do anything my manager, who reported directly to Mr. Epstein, wanted me to do.
I hate when my iPad is oriented this way because not like horizontal, but like this is upside down to me, and this area of my iPad is hard to touch. No comments yet except for that one. Okay. I saw somebody do this setup on TikTok. So I thought, why not do it? Why shouldn't I do it? Oh, proceed. Oh, there we go. I can see the whole thing.
I got a good reputation because I cleaned one of Mr. Epstein's bedrooms one day.
Daily reward. Thank
Of
you.
shit and on the bed sheets. I
Claim.
dealt with it professionally and I didn't say anything. I knew by then that someone.
Yes, I saw this. Thank you.
There are cameras in almost every single room, save Mr. Epstein's private office and regular bedroom.
I
He had
need.
several bedrooms, but one was his.
Sorry for covering my face, but I need
I never mentioned it to anyone,
chapstick.
but I still got to thank you from my manager for being discreet. One day, I was asked to go
Lip
pick up
balm,
masseuse
not
at the bus
chapstick.
station. I didn't ask her age. I knew better.
Oh shit.
But I have been older than 16. I got a really bad feeling in my stomach because at this point, denying Mr. Epstein's tastes would be borderline.
Okay, there we go.
I did my job though. I took her to his house, and a few hours later, I took her back to the bus stop. She was crying, and I didn't talk
I
to her.
don't know what this is.
A few weeks later, I did it again. Now my manager tells me that Mr. Epstein would like me to take over all of his various pickups and drop-offs. They called it cutie duty.
Hello.
Fucking hard. But it was more than just girls. I would pick up drugs and other assorted packages,
Store
most of which
you.
I had no idea the contents. But as far as I was concerned, the less I knew, the better. I was getting paid very well for the amount of work I was doing. In a given day, I spent 3, maybe 4 hours doing anything that would be considered work. The rest of
I
the
don't
time,
like
I either sat in my car browsing 4chan on
I
my
don't
phone,
like
or
that.
inside pretending that
So in case you're wondering, the reason why I'm being super quiet is because
I was
it
being paid
is
75K a year. More than I'd ever even hoped to have made
3:36
in my
a.m.
whole life.
So
When
that's
I took
why
over doing most of the driving, it went up to 150.
I'm sorry.
Every
Let's
time
play
I
Battle
tried to
Royale.
be more
Woohoo.
illegal, the money would get better. That is
Let's see, are the comics available to read? I already read the first one. No. Okay.
I guess I just want people to know.
I'm gonna make a video on this, a YouTube video, but just feels like
I've done things I can't forgive myself for.
the Captain America trilogy
Do it anyway.
is being
I'm
copied
going to do it on my terms.
into codm,
Anyway, Mr. Epstein is very
which is
shrewd.
not good.
He
It's
pays
not
you a
good
lot, but
at
not
all.
enough for the shit you have to do. And he tries to find the absolute.
I'm gonna pause this. I actually, the Captain America trilogy is one of my favorites, and I uploaded a TikTok about this, but the whole time, ever since the Atlas downfall, I was like, you know what? This kind of reminds me of the Captain America trilogy. And because it's one of my favorites, I kept noticing, like, this kind of feels a little bit like Captain America, you know? This kind of feels like Captain America a little bit, don't you think? And this recent comic update, I was like, I feel like I finally have enough proof for myself to tell myself this is definitely Captain America trilogy inspired, for sure. I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but me personally, I feel like that's cheap. It's very cheap. Who's this? What is that? Okay. Hello. Look, it's Ruin. Oh. There he is. Why are they just standing here? What are they looking at? They're looking at the vending machines. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit. No. That's fine. Oh, let's play this again.
Would not be contained piece of gaming. For me, disgracefully, that was around 150K. I stayed on QD duty for about 4 months. Then Mr. Epstein took a trip abroad, and he loaned me out to another family.
Okie dokie, let's see, where should we land? I want the LW3 and the Type 19. Let's see.
Reported to an employment manager at
I'm gonna go factory.
driving a young man named Cole around wherever he wanted. Cole was probably 22, and already his license had been suspended for drunk driving. He lived in a
I need to make sure nobody's following me. And nobody is following me, which is good.
It was beautiful. If I could have stayed there forever, I would have. I suspect it was a vacation cabin/mansion owned by his parents, but I digress. Every weekend we would drive into the city, he would get shit-faced drunk,
What's this?
find a woman
Type
to
19!
and I'll take us all back
Yay.
home. Cole was a total piece of shit. If you remember Scumbag Steve, just imagine if Steve's parents were multi-millionaires, if not billionaires. And you get the idea.
From day one, you want your nursery to be a place where your little one grows into who they are. From 3-in-1 cribs to washable rugs,
So one Sunday morning, after a typical Saturday night, I report for duty 8
Okay.
a.m. sharp.
No
And
LW3
Cole isn't going to
yet.
drag his ass out of bed until at least 3 p.m. Here he comes hobbling down the driveway in his socks to my car. He usually
So
texts
we're
when
gonna
he's out,
go
and I come inside and start cleaning up his
in here.
messes. No text today. He comes over to the car as I'm stepping out. He says,
Can you see better?
hey buddy, kinda got a problem, but it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, here's the sniper, so I'm gonna grab
See
it.
We go inside.
Because I don't want the
His
gross.
girl from last night is
I don't know
lying
if that's how you pronounce it.
her open mouth is pulled
Okay,
with vomit.
DLQ.
She
I think I'm gonna grab that for a bit just while
she overdosed on whatever
I
combination
find
of prescription drugs that they were doing.
the LW3. Oh my god,
Passed out,
someone's
puked,
shooting
and
at me.
suffocated on her own vomit. I'm absolutely flipping my shit. And I've
Headshot.
got my phone out dialing 911. Cole slaps it out of my hand and tells me to hold on. He says
Oh
he
wait,
can't
there
get in
were
trouble
some things
because it'll
back
look bad
here.
on his family. I said, Cole, you've already been getting into trouble. He says he knows, just not this kind of trouble. He says I'll get a big bonus if I just deal with it myself. Now, I'm way out here in the middle of nowhere. And the implication from day one of my employment in this circle has been that if I mess up, I might suffer harsh consequences. I know what I did here was wrong. I know that. And I'm so sorry. I asked him what I'm supposed to do. He says, just wait. He gets a different phone out of a drawer and starts making calls. After a few minutes, I'm waiting in the hallway. He's casually
No
pacing around the corners.
LW3 yet.
He gives me GPS coordinates for a little spot off of 111 on the mountains.
This is a bit of a struggle for me because already I don't
He
like
said there would be guys
talking.
waiting there to take her.
So
It's a long drive and
I don't
we
know
look
kind of
forward
what to
to it.
talk about.
I wrap her up in his comforter.
Ooh,
He stops me.
Bro,
He says,
bro, not that blanket. That's like the softest blanket in the world, dude. No way.
and he gets me a different blanket from the closet. Fucking real gentleman, Cole was. He's got an F-150 at the property, used for landscaping work. I
Ooh,
put her
I
body in
think
the bed with a
May's
tarp on top,
the
and then
sniper.
fill the rest of the back with landscaping supplies, fertilizer, tools, etc. I tried to make it look really natural and boring. I'm shitting bricks. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. But he's promising me that if I get busted, I'll have the best lawyers money can buy. And I believe him. She's dead already anyway, and it's unlikely he would even get into any real legal trouble. Just bad press.
Headshot.
That's the difference.
Yay.
The whole time driving, I'm just sweating right through my
Okay,
veins.
let's see.
I have to stop
Is
twice.
there an LW3 in
When I get
here?
there, there's a little dirt spot we can pull off into. And sure enough, there's a
LW3.
big black SUV and a
Hopefully,
Jeep with off-road
no.
tires. I'm not about to just assume these are the body people, so I stop and
I
get
don't
out
really
and
know
approach
what a
the SUV.
trophy system does.
The window rolls
Is that like a
down, and
trap?
There's a woman who's probably in her 50s
I don't know.
and a big guy driving. I don't know what to say, so I'm just kind of like
How's it going?
feeling like a complete fucking idiot. She makes a
This
call
is
and
like an
describes me to the
office
person
area.
on the
I
phone.
love
Then she
factory
puts
and
down
how
and says,
it's like
What
laid
are
out.
you looking for? Is it under all that stuff in the bag?
I say,
Okay, I'm gonna put on some armor
She
before
says,
No, take a break.
so I
heading
walk
out.
into
Okay,
the trees
that
a little bit
helicopter
and smoke a
definitely was
cigarette.
not there.
They've got her out and put her in the Jeep within about 5 minutes.
I don't think I've never seen a
The woman
helicopter
tells me to wait 15
be
minutes
there,
before I
but
leave.
we're gonna go there.
Then they pull out and
And
drive away.
ooh,
The
yay.
Jeep drives further into the woods. I wait maybe 7 minutes.
More
and I leave.
shields.
I got a text later telling me not
Can I
to
be
ever leave
heard?
early. It was from a
I don't know if I
woman.
can be heard. I don't know if I'm talking too
So,
quiet.
when I get back to the house, Cole is sitting at the kitchen table, eating a massive bowl of Fruit Loops and watching Love and Hip Hop. This man is like a child.
Leather hip
And
hop.
He hasn't even gotten dressed yet. He asks me to wash his blankets and sheets. I do it. We got really drunk that night, and Cole tells me that this has happened twice before, and it's always fine. He says he's like Scarface.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna go look for a car.
Incident, and he gets his license back, freeing me at last. Mr. Epstein doesn't need me at the time, but I do get referred as a reliable
What?
driver to the bigwigs at who assigned me to work on Crew while she promoted, at that time, her 6th and newest album. I never met in person. Just
Why
in
is
passing
there
often,
a
but I found
helicopter
this job to
right
work
there?
with me a lot better than the others. I drove a van stacked with promotional gear from city to city while she toured. A few times, I was sent to pick up Molly and was taught to use test strips to test for purity. If it was not pure, I was supposed to walk away, but it was always pure. There are circles within circles of connections. I believe that there is an entire shadow economy strictly for the rich and famous to get their rocks off collectively. One thing I did learn about her is that she enjoys young females as well. I was sent to pick up 2 young girls and bring them to her hotel room. Of course, I was met outside the door by someone more important than me. This struck me as odd, because as far as I understand, she is not a billionaire like Epstein,
Fucking knew it.
but she was
Fucking
even
knew
more
it.
insulated and protected than he was. I'm sure a lot of that has to do
Oh,
with
shit.
just personal choices regarding security, but I get the picture that in this world, influence and money both equal power. And her, especially in 2011 and 2012, was highly influential.
What the fuck?
All I had to do was mention her name, and girls would get in the car, just like that. Cigarette break, boys. My nerves are so shot.
Okay.
I keep thinking I hear cars pulling up. I'm getting really paranoid.
Okay. I knew it. I knew they weren't.
So the most noteworthy thing that happened while working for is when she had a party to celebrate the end of her tour. Everybody was there. I mean, all of the pop stars were there. And even a few noticed, for sure. Just to name a few. For this
I feel
party,
like I'm a
I
little
was,
bit
of
exposed
course,
here.
tasked with getting educated. They
I-
wanted
wait.
as young as I could get, and as many as I could
Type
get.
19.
Ostensibly,
Yay,
they were
okay.
hired to
Fun
vagrants
one.
and ballet drivers. But the plan is to switch it up on them when they actually get there. To give them drugs, money, whatever they need to do. What
Okay,
they
I'm gonna
wanted
put
them to do,
this armor on.
which was essentially to be all expenses paid prostitutes for whoever wanted them. That part, thankfully, was not my job. I'm just a piece of shit who tricked them into going. I picked up 5 young girls from a mall, a couple of teenage boys I found walking down the
That
road.
is right.
When I got a hold of an escort company to fill it out.
I wonder why they didn't grab
The one from
the
the escort company were
airdrop.
not underage.
Wait,
I
hold
was
on.
severely
I'm gonna grab
chastised for it.
this other one.
My manager basically asked if I ever wanted to work again. I said yes. He said, then act like you've got some goddamn sense. I didn't make this mistake again. After the tour ended, I was just on my own for a month or so. I rented a house near Tulsa and basically isolated the entire time. I was starting to get ideas in my head about going to trade school or something, when I was called back to come to work for Mr. Epstein again. At this point, I've developed a bad coke habit, of which I had only been sober a few months to this day. I needed something to make me do it. Coke makes you feel numb in a way that not much else does. And believe me, I've tried just about everything. There are research chemicals that no one has even heard of.
Don't do
that
drugs,
get skated
kids.
around in these circles. When I came back to work for Mr. Epstein on his island, I was going through an 8-ball every day or two. I binge drank at night, but I had to keep focused during the day. The coke wired me up, and the liquor brought me back down. That's the only way, mentally, that I could really cope with what's happening. I was flown to his now infamous island to be one of the regular staff. Essentially, I lived on this island for free, while getting paid to maintain the grounds and keep the buildings up.
Ooh.
When Mr. Epstein was there, obviously he would bring his own entertainment, so I didn't even have to do that. I thought, this sounds like a fucking fantastic deal. Island paradise, great wages, not much real work. Count me in. Out of all of my sins, I believe sloth is the most damaging one that I indulge in. I always look for the easy dollar, and that's why I am prey for people like this. Now, first of all, this island is like paradise on Earth. It's always a comfortable temperature. The rains are breathtakingly beautiful. The architecture and decor of houses are exquisite.
Oh, I see someone. I see
the
someone.
outhouse is really creepy. The fake doors are there to confuse fly-by surveillance, if anyone was wondering. The other regular staff were hard to get along with. They were all creeps. And I mean, absolute fucking creeps. Made me wonder about myself, honestly, that I'm put here with them. They all joked about getting Mr. Epstein's leftovers, and the talk
Wait,
was
hold on.
constantly about when Mr. Epstein was going to visit the island again. When he would bring important people, world leaders,
I'm gonna
CEOs,
grab
etc.
this
I
car.
and most of the staff were kept totally out of sight.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm running slower than I usually do.
Only his most trusted employees could
Wait a
actually
minute.
be in the building with him.
Going the wrong way.
And friends. Sometimes though, it would just be the family, and things were more relaxed. I passed by his office once, carrying some garbage, and he beckoned me inside. He knew my name, and I told him. He offered me a seat, and took it. You don't get far in this business by saying no. He began to talk to me. He looked really stressed.
I'm gonna keep
He
it
asked
going.
me how anything that feels good could be bad. He had a big painting of Oscar Wilde and considered him a personal hero. He began to explain hedonism to me and asked me if I understood.
Of course,
I said,
who doesn't like fun?
"Lot,"
Oh.
he said. Then he let me go about my duties.
Oi.
I fucked up really bad one evening. I took one of the maintenance sheds to return some tools that I could use, and saw a
Okay.
pale back of a large man, hunched over. He had a tattoo of Nixon on his back, and he was wearing a bull's head mask. He was one of the regular stuff members now,
I'm getting so good
As I'm
at
closing the door, I get a
headshots.
glimpse
Not
of
to
my
toot my own
girlfriend's face.
horn, but I am.
He's crying. I googled Nixon back tattoo later and realized that man was who I've never even
Oh.
heard of up to that point. I knew I was in deep shit. The next day and for 2 weeks after, I got all of the worst jobs.
Hello.
Trash pickup, cleaning toilets, scrubbing his boats. It fucking sucked, but I kept my mouth shut anyway. As far as I understood, my pay had not been cut, so whatever. I do the shitty jobs when I'm by myself because, at least, hey, I'm by myself. That was fine with me. OP, if this isn't a LARP, then I have to tell you I wish you the best. And honestly, you did a lot of bad shit. And I hope you recover since you seem like a good guy. If you are LARPing, a nice job. Since I'm entertained in this is a good LARP.
Oh my god.
Thank you. If this was the
I have
police,
15 kills.
Punisher,
I was
or
not
whoever,
expecting
would rip my
that.
spine out of my back.
Actually, I'm gonna drop this
I'll deserve it.
because I don't want it.
Anyway, things started getting really tense on the island from that point. People started making little comments to me about being nosy or about minding my own business. I was starting to get worried I would be branded a troublemaker, which I do not want to be. Things turned very quickly in this business.
5
That's
players.
how they've kept the lid on it for so long. Any small mistake, you're out.
I basically
Most
killed
people are let
everyone.
go with NDAs and the understanding that they will be watched the rest of their lives, which ultimately is how I got out as well. After Epstein died, they cut me loose. guess
I
the
do feel
biggest
like I'm
is
running
dead,
slower,
nothing else
which is
would matter
weird.
anyway. They're probably right, honestly. Probably won't
Okay, I
matter.
got 52 seconds to
But
get
the
out
rest
of
of my
here.
time on that island was pure terror. I was just waiting to be taken away, or worse. It never happened, but I was still really scared. I saw a few of their weird plays that they would do around the bathhouse. Mr. Epstein had a little portable stage he would
Plays?
get set up. He would wear the bullhead that I saw wearing and give a big
Okay,
speech
where
about
is
what he
everyone?
called freedom.
Usually when I say that, everyone
He would
comes
say this
to
island
me,
is the only free
which is
place
not
in
the
the
best
whole
idea.
world,
Ooh,
where everyone on it can do whatever
Tree
they want.
Gecko and I are left.
Like your employees, not the children you bring
I wonder
here.
how many
The
kills
whole
Tree
nation.
Gecko has.
Everyone would cheer. They'd get up and do a sort of conga line with tiki torches. Really cringy old rich
The
people
fuck?
shit. Then go into the bathhouse. There was a trap door on the floor that has not been reported in any of the investigation photos that I've seen, which
Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
led to what they call the chamber.
Wait,
And
oh,
it
it's
is
just barely
essentially
dropping.
bondage dungeon.
No wonder I
I
couldn't
don't
see
know what all
it.
happened in there, and never want to know. We stayed as
Wait,
far
where
away from
is
that
Tree
bathhouse
Gecko?
as I could. So, anyway, eventually I got my reputation for the most part back at the good graces, and I was working in the main houses again. One time, I was helping in the kitchen. I don't know if the chef was fucking with me. Hope so. But he was separating
I'm gonna
the
park a
meat
car.
like the torso of a
Oh, wait,
very
never
young,
mind.
skinned pig. It had been roasted, and he was chopping it into quarters. The ribs he served that evening, and the rest broken down for soup.
I was gonna say it was basically a bot lobby, but it really wasn't because I'm
That it looked like a little pig.
all the real players.
Gave me this awful dead-eyed look for a second,
Oops.
and said, "Watch it." I worked on that island for about a year. In 2013 to 2014,
Okay, let's see.
Mr. Epstein chose me and 2 other people to come with him to a winter retreat in the Swiss Alps. He owned a small, billionaire, small Malibu cabin, and wanted people he knew could be trusted, because most of the staff would be local hires. Our job on the surface was to help manage all the employees, like supervisors, basically.
Okay.
But the unspoken task would be keeping everyone
What level
quiet.
am I at?
Mr. Epstein had a real fondness for plump young Swiss blondes. And the Swiss, as he would explain, have a very progressive idea regarding the age of consent. He viewed this as a more relaxed
Roger
way to
that.
do what he does, more casual.
Okay.
Part of the thrill for these people, I think, is in the
Yay.
and they could get in big trouble. And they go to places that are more friendly with the idea of more of a man having it's to take a break, so to speak. It helps themselves though. Wow.
Oh, I was gonna check.
I've been all over the United States, and nothing in this country compares to Europe in terms of sheer beauty.
Type 19. I'm at level 20 for type 19. Woohoo!
I just look at the trees, smell the crisp clean air.
What is
Just for a
this?
minute, I forget what I've done.
I don't like the Bruin. I feel like
And it came back to me.
the reload speed
I want the
is.
mountains there to be the last thing I think about before I die. Sorry, I'm taking breaks to peek out my windows like a cracker. I might actually bail and go find open Wi-Fi somewhere. Maybe another
I don't know if the stories can be heard.
getting more and
Let
more
me know.
My lights flickered, and I almost
Oh,
collapsed.
I was gonna change this to ammunition, more ammo,
A little patient.
and
So I've not been there 3 days.
hello.
when, while
Oh,
being too
camera.
on the
Oh,
island
fuck.
getting bottles of Coke off of a butter knife in the lower garage,
Camo
a boy,
sand.
maybe
What
14,
level?
skinny, blonde,
Level
pale,
11?
naked, comes through the doorway right toward
I feel
us.
like I could upgrade it.
He's speaking French,
And
but
upgrade it.
I think I got the gist of what he was saying. He was asking for help. He looked hysterical. Immediately, my two friends were out of there, and I shouldn't have been far behind. I told him, calm down, it's okay. I'm gonna help you. I just wanted him to feel better. This all took maybe 30 seconds before one of the nannies came in. He looked at her, confused, and I get the picture that he was trying to decide if she could be trusted. She couldn't. She shushed him, put her jacket over him, and took his hand. She was speaking French as well, and it sounded like a mother consoling a frightened child. She led him back into the house, and I did not see him again. I never mentioned it to anyone. Nobody ever mentioned it to me. During my last couple of weeks there, I witnessed firsthand the murder of an independent journalist. I don't think he was actually a journalist. I think he had maybe a blog or a YouTube channel.
Hello,
I had
new
never heard of him,
person.
and I don't know his name, so
I was
think he
just upgrading my
any real connection.
Tundra.
He was one of the local hires.
I don't know what
dishwasher,
the people call it.
but he was seen with a cell phone
Oh,
out,
the new person
possibly
left.
recording. Me and the other two from
That's so
the
sad.
island were asked to go check it out. So we go get the guy and ask him to
Okay.
FBI his pockets.
More battle
He's
royale.
never come. We told him to unlock it, and he wouldn't. The other guys made a call, came back, and slugged him directly in the nose. I think he broke it because there was
What
blood
is
just
this
pouring
blue
out,
thing?
and the guy started screaming. I don't think he'd ever been hit before.
Just
but
the previous
he and the other
color
guy held him
plus
down.
burnt.
Fuck it, I'll say the names.
Excuse you.
It was Daniel and Marcus. Marcus and I were holding him down, and Daniel punched him again and told him to unlock his phone. He complied
I
instantly,
love
and sure enough,
Nuketown's
there were pictures and
bunker,
videos from inside the house.
but not in
We
codm,
knew he hadn't sent
because
anything out
it's
to
not
us or had
rendered
connections
in
with them.
codm.
I guess they had
So.
secret journals or something. Or
Oh.
maybe because it was just so remote.
What the hell?
I don't know. Anyway, Daniel
What?
makes another call and tells us to take him outside into the woods. I think we're just gonna threaten him and make him sign an NDA, but Daniel took his belt off and strangled him to death. We had to put his body up in an outbuilding because the ground was frozen. We put him through a wood chipper and then burned everything to ash. There were bits of charred bone left over when I swept it all into a trash bag, and I threw it out with the regular garbage.
That's crazy.
This, above anything else, I feel the most guilty for. After that, if I wasn't in before, I was definitely in now. Me, Marcus, and Daniel, the three fucking stooges from hell. Daniel had been in the military, and I think he had a few screws loose, because he always had a temper. He became the go-to guy for the really dirty shit. I started working for Mr. Epstein directly after
Okay,
this.
let's see.
He would confide in me
I need a
sometimes,
type
when he was
19.
very high, about how nothing really makes him feel good enough.
I'm gonna go cargo
He
docs.
told me once that he hasn't felt happy in years. I wish I had the stones to tell him that this life he is living is only bringing him down. For a brief moment, I felt empathy for this man. I think that too was part of his game plan. I don't think he has ever had a single genuine feeling in his life outside of sexual gratitude. He never mentioned the journalist to me. It was like it never happened. But we both knew that was the reason that I was now working directly for him. Listen, I think I've said about all I care to right now. I'm going to go get a bottle of something before all the stores close. If this thread is still here in a few hours, I'll answer questions and tell some more stories. You ever see occult stuff on the island? Robes, pentagrams, rituals, that kind of shit? They called them plays and theater. But for my eyes, yeah, I would say the speeches and stuff that I saw looked a lot like rituals. The bull's head mask was scary. I mean,
Ooh.
it was a rubber mask for sure,
Ooh.
but whoever spoke would wear it all night. After they would come out of the chamber, the masked person would roam the island, and it was generally understood that you are to avoid them at all costs. When they wear the mask, they're like animals. They just wander around from one carnal satisfaction to the next. Food, sex, sometimes violence, whatever. And they could do whatever they want. If they came to you and told you to whatever, you have to do it. It never happened to me, thankfully, but I made sure on those nights to stay out of sight. And that would be OP's final confirmed post. 8 hours after OP's last post on the thread, Ghislaine Maxwell would suddenly be arrested by the FBI and charged with conspiracy, enticing minors to engage in sex, and more. This could easily be a massive coincidence. However, the timing is almost too on point. And before I get on to the next part, I would also just like to throw in that someone once reported Jeffrey Epstein's death or suicide before his body was even discovered or before it was even reported.
Damn. Dude, that story is so crazy to me. Like, there's no way that story is not real to me. That's heavy. Okay. Moving on.
It's
Don't
Christmas
really want.
2013. The Wii U is still marketed as a successful console, so this user buys one and claims that it was broken. He opens the inside and finds what he thinks to be.
I know this one.
He creates a thread, probably expecting to make the next meme on 4chan's video game board, but once realizing it isn't exactly feces, he
Okay.
cuts it open.
Yay.
What the hell is this? OP then begins to dump more photos, until he reveals that whatever this thing used to be is now infested with spiders. At least the spiders are already dead. Whatever happened, it's an egg that opened too soon or an egg that never managed to open. The spiders must have devoured each other to stay alive and eventually grew to max capacity and truly died. The size shows they're adults, but the colors show that they literally have no plating or skin. The spiders live lives like we did, in the fucking dark. That is until OP returns. This one was still alive.
Ooh.
Needless to say, users are less than thrilled about this news. He literally ate his brothers to fucking stay alive. What the fuck? He's some sort of super spider. What did you just unleash upon the world? As chaos ensues, another poster adds gasoline to the fire. That's not an egg. That's a dirt dauber nest. The spiders are paralyzed inside of it. If they're not dead by now, and they're actually fresh catches, they're gonna be waking soon. For context, a dirt dauber or a mud dauber is a wasp that specifically hunts spiders. It grabs its victim and stings it, injecting a paralyzing venom into the spider. Afterwards, the wasp takes the victim to the nest where it is eventually consumed by the wasp's larva. So what we're looking at here
You son of a bitch.
is a nest full of either already dead spiders or spiders that are still paralyzed. This spider kind of looks like a brown recluse. If you let it sting you, your arm's gonna start rotting while you're alive. Other posters explain the severity of the issue, while others,
Where is
like
the type
Blake,
19?
lose their mind.
I need.
I don't think the threat is understanding the magnitude of the
something.
situation here. OP just opened a wasp nest. A wasp nest full of poisonous spiders. Poisonous spiders that make your skin and flesh rot off if they bite you. They might not even have wasp larvae in them. In which case, they're paralyzed and just awaiting to be awoken. And for the fuck of it, let's add this theory to the mounting fire. Guys, if OP had this in his Wii U, then it can't just be one. What if an employee put one of these in everybody's Wii U at the store that OP goes to? Nobody knows where on earth OP lives, but you could be living right next to him and buying a Wii U from the same store he goes to.
Let us go. Nobody has picked up any airdrops.
One of the same things that OP has.
I wonder if there's any real players in this.
And that's how 4chan users spent their Christmas that year.
Maybe not.
Not with family, not with friends. But
I've
instead
been
with
live
the
for
devastating fear
42
that
minutes.
mayhaps their very Nintendo
That's
Wii
crazy.
console comes with flesh-rotting spiders.
Ugh.
Okay, time to debunk this story. The story is actually false, and if we check the Wayback Machine, you can find that the original pictures actually came from the subreddit
Nut jobber.
r/WTF before OP posted it to r/pics. The actual story is that a man discovered a wasp constantly returning to his hole in his wall.
Okay, it's fake in the sense that nobody found that in a Wii U, but real in the sense that those things exist. Fuck. God damn it. And let me know if you can hear the stories, because I don't know.
And, well, it just gets much worse from there. In the last picture he posts, you can actually see a wasp larva right next to its meal.
Ooh.
So while the Wii U story isn't real, the spider situation still very much was for this one individual. However, the idea of this being in a Wii U is much funnier.
Is it? 'Cause I don't think it is.
By this point, I believe that
In
the
my
majority
own
of us
personal
know what
opinion.
Skinwalker is. Of course, memes on Instagram and Reddit ended up being vastly incorrect about what a skinwalker actually is. But the term might still be familiar to you. And if not, then a skinwalker is known to be a witch of the Navajo region. Once human, these witches or warlocks would get lured in with the temptations of black magic, resulting in them doing horrid acts that were deemed unforgivable by human nature. Usually, it meant cannibalism or murder.
Yep.
Afterwards, the witch would transform into a monstrous being, thriving off of an incurable hunger. It is believed
Yeah. The lore lodge explains it better if you guys are interested. Yay! Okay. I'm drop that one. And I'm gonna drop that one. And I'm gonna grab 2 more. And then I'm gonna go to this car. And go. Someone opened an airdrop. Oh my god. Broom broom. It did, oh. Okay, hang on. Why are you running back and forth? What the hell?
Believe that human meat is the only thing that temporarily satisfies the skinwalker's hunger. It is said that this creature is so feared by the Navajo tribes and culture that they refuse to ever discuss the idea with outsiders. So it doesn't come as a surprise that it took the internet ages to finally discover it. And where else to be discovered than 4chan's paranormal boy, X. Of course, speculation can be all over the place, along with skepticism, but in my opinion,
Come
it
out, come
wouldn't be
out.
until
Wherever you
2012
are.
that a 4chan story would put the term skinwalker
Hello?
on the map. Anansi's goat man. Many of the characteristics described in this chilling story would go on to be used as almost a fitting stereotype, if not cliche, for future skinwalker stories. Characteristics such as physically laughing without sound, the atmosphere smelling like copper or burnt hair, the creature shape-shifting and poorly mimicking its surroundings.
Amanda?
Its voice being
What the
described like a yelling cat. That last one might sound kind of off, but without context.
Whoa.
Over the last decade, skinwalker stories have become massively popular on X and K, some being a bit more obviously fake, but it's fair to say that these stories nonetheless are chilling.
My absolute fuck.
Controversially speaking, and of course from an open-minded perspective, is it safe to say that 4chan users
Okay, let's go to the
trying
firing
warn us about
range.
this cryptids? A creature so evil that its own tribe believes that its name is a cause for bad luck. That 4chan may have been warning us to not be so naive when it comes to hiking land untouched
What?
by humanity.
I wouldn't say that. Huh.
The backrooms have completely taken the internet by storm. And honestly, for good reason. The concept of this alternate reality shares a lot of creative similarities to the SCP Foundation. A universe where possibilities are quite literally endless. Infinite. Every big YouTuber has talked about the backrooms, but what some people might not know is that the backrooms lore actually originated from 4chan.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the backrooms are, well then, do I have a thread for you.
Okay.
It all starts from this
See, I saw
specific
something
yellow
else
image,
over here.
which originally was created just for liminal art. This was the case for many months, until users finally would go on to invent what we now refer to as the backrooms. Theory 1. Backroom. That's fitting. Maybe too accurate. I call it the real estate. There's a lot for
Oh,
me to
shit.
explain this subject as I was for many years trying to figure out its mystery.
Oops.
First
Oops.
of all,
Oops.
real estate is what it points to be representing. It cannot be truly made clear to anyone unless you have actually been in it. No matter how hard you try to reach it,
Do you not
you'll never
see?
find a way to do it. It's spontaneous. It can happen to anyone. But generally speaking, if you do this, you will end up going back eventually.
I
There
don't
are
know.
also a set of rules.
Dude, yesterday I was playing battle royale, obviously, and there was this one person in one of those jet thingies, and they landed, but they kind of crashed, so their jet started like lighting up, you know. It was probably at like 50% health, and I kept shooting and they wouldn't come out, so they died in the jet. So there's that. I thought it said I had been streaming for an hour and 51 minutes. I was like,
representation of real state's true reality.
hell yeah.
But what during the years I've managed to see as axioms may hold some answers to how real state works that I can point and explain bit by bit. Number 1, never try to
That's
escape.
right.
Number 2, be always calm. Don't show any signs of anxiety. Number 3, do not search for others. Do not
Are you
ask
joking?
for anyone. Number 4, stay as close to your
Wait a
entrance
minute.
as possible. Number 5,
Hang on.
never directly stare at any source
No.
of light. Number 6,
5 MP
do
matches?
anything to regain them. Even
I'm not
if it
playing
means
MP
cutting off a part of
matches
your body.
though.
Number 7,
Wait,
always
is
check if the
Alcatraz
time is what you want
available?
it to be.
Let's see.
Number 8,
No.
do not touch
Why
a wall
not?
that seems darker than the one next to it. Number 9,
12.
should
Oh,
you come across
okay.
another
I
human
see.
being, do not make eye contact and move away from each other as fast as possible.
New wave.
Number 10,
You know what? I'm gonna
12 seconds.
change. I'm gonna go back to
After
this
every 500,
show.
remember who you are
After
and where you
frame.
came from. Number
Since
11,
it's still snowing, I'm gonna go Snowman's Gun.
sit down.
Calling
Do not
card.
look at the sounds when you hear them. I'm going to explain these one by one. Number 1,
Utopia found, I think.
never try to escape. This is crucial to understand, that thinking about how to escape makes your mind go haywire, panic, and eventually you lose yourself in it, running around and away from your entry point. Losing
Yeah.
your senses will eventually
Ta-da!
extend into your attractive
Okay.
perception of time itself, which is why you should always check on it.
No one has
Count
commented.
seconds, and always try
yet.
to remember who you are. If
Just one
everything
comment.
fails, go to extremes. You don't need a knife to hurt yourself. Bash head first into a wall.
Okay, I'm gonna finish these two, and then
I learned this the hard way. But getting yourself calm, point 2,
I don't know what I'm gonna do
is
actually.
important to thinking straight and crucial to really getting out. You are not going to run out of this. How many kilometers you have run? You will never escape this way.
Son of a bitch.
It's your emotions keeping the rooms extending. At least that's one of my assumptions. Another one has to do with number 4.
That hurt. Oh my god, I'm gonna get a nasty bruise.
Do not interact with them should you bump into anyone. You do not know who they are, how they react, and how long they've been there. This is why you count seconds. If you lose track of time, you lose track of reality, and then your emotions, which is what can get you into a nasty situation, and can even mean your death. Most of the times, others don't know it, wandering aimlessly further and further away from their entry point. They are quote-unquote lost to time, because time in real estate doesn't follow our space-time continuum rules. It relies on you to keep it meaningful. Think of it as if the time had no concept in real estate, that only the beings who perceive it can understand and think it. But other than you thinking seconds, it is closely to non-existent there. I say closely because there are multitude beings who still perceive it in their minds.
You couldn't even see the heart.
Coming across one
I was
another
doing
shows signs that
hearts.
time only means a variable in the form of a living being. And these living beings
Okay.
can be anything.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go.
I call it real estate.
Silo.
It strips down the reality of its dimensions that we humans coherently understand to be a physical world. There is no real space that you can measure there. Sure, you could measure the rooms, calculate its density. But then, if you check the atmosphere, there wouldn't be any oxygen or any other particle in it. Breathe in consciously and try to comprehend what had just happened. And then, remember, be calm. As only the
A sniper!
Others.
And a Type 19! Woohoo! What the fuck? What the hell? You know what I find funny about spooky videos is that they get the funniest ads, in my opinion. Like this video titled 4 times 4chan warned the internet is getting ads about nurseries. Like, be serious. Okay, play.
If you're not careful, and you don't clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you will end up in the back rooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something whirring around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you. The first time I saw one was also the first time I was in real estate. I was already panicking, already wandered too far, and lost track of time. I lost my senses seeing other women.
Oh, I forgot this was an orange zone. Oh no. Damn
The
it.
size of a giraffe. I turned around and ran, screaming. I didn't think about escaping from there and then, just from the creature.
Wait a minute.
Which is why I think I ended up being let go from the real estate. This had led me to one conclusion that much later came as this. Sit down. Do not look at whatever came in. As far as you are concerned, there are only intelligent beings in there. Seeing how I haven't come across any insect or large animal, which, as you think, would greatly outnumber the total amount of humans, right? The other beings, whatever they might be, are of no concern to us. We cannot converse, we cannot understand each other, or help one another. There's no point in agitating ourselves further in that situation. Points 5 and 8 might come as weird after coming to understand the real estate as an unchangeable constant. But it is also precisely why these points come out as
Okay,
something
I'm gonna
exotic
go
but logic phenomenon.
to the maze.
First off,
Why is
the
there a
light source.
maze in
Real
Asylum?
estate has no real source of light. I presume the light is there because your perception demands it. Perhaps if you're blind, your mind would create a more fitting environment. But for me, it seems to be an unchanging bright orange light. Not like the first picture, but again, different perceptions. So, if the light is always the same, whenever you go, what about pulsating light that seems to suddenly appear behind you, or show up in another room? I like to call these white holes, as in the proposed reversals of black holes. One of my assumptions to the reality behind the background is that it's a tunnel that we somehow end up in, coherent enough to observe and touch, but not act upon. Perhaps the other beings use it consciously, which is why they never seem to be interested in us. I was, after all, never harmed by them. But here comes the dark wall. It completely obliterates the previous concept, because dark walls are the actual exit/entry points, and not the white hole that it would suggest to be. Why then stay away from them if those are entries/exits?
Ooh,
For the same reason, you should stick close to
there is a
your own
real
entry.
person.
Imagine a space
And I've
not
just
destroyed
been,
by
you know,
time,
la la
a
la.
seemingly unending one, with your own private entrance. How many more like these are there? And each leading to other points in space
It's okay.
and time. Or
It's okay.
something completely
It's okay.
by us not understood. This is also why I wrote that the back room is a fitting name. Perhaps it's the back of our consciousness. Point is clear here, however. Stay clear of the dark walls, but your own entry point. There's also a discrepancy here as to the entry point. Sometimes you can get ejected from the room completely randomly. It can happen right away, or a month,
Okay,
or a year in. I got myself ejected while running away from the other
this is
room,
bullshit.
but I also
Where's
got myself
my
ejected while being completely calm.
shield?
This would conclude include my observations on what the real state/backroom is. But I still wait till the day I again enter. Each time I come more prepared than last. And each time I understand more and more. Theory 2. Backrooms are a maze
Oh
like labyrinth
man.
of prefabricated rooms used to load reality. Those that are quite psychotic or on the verge of seeing through reality often end up clipping out of the matrix and can end up
Where's the
in
car?
rooms.
Oh,
Individuals
right
often
there.
find the rooms have a feel like that of rooms in the late 60s and 70s. Though the lights are on, there are no switches. Many people
I know we
simply
can't
start
make a
that
U-turn here, but
from
I am
escape,
breaking the
resorting
law.
to trying to eat the drywall or carpet at the structures. Individuals attempt to find moisture in the walls.
Wait a minute.
Build a dwelling with
Was that a
appearance of
car?
empty rooms. Building carpet beds. And
I've
trying to
only
find the
killed
speed
one
from the
person.
ever-bright green lights in order to sleep. In order to escape the
That was a
darkness,
car.
you must become fully
God damn it.
convinced that this is where you're meant to be, and feel as if you're moving through your own house or workspace. Only then will your home or old dwelling materialize around you, and you will be out of the backroom matrix. Individuals who have escaped the backrooms often feel like they are still in it, and are permanently psychologically damaged from the understanding that the real life is inherently false. Many individuals
I would be psychologically damaged too if I went into the back rooms.
I felt that after all of this time and all of this hype, that people would like to know that one of the biggest internet horror facts, once again, comes from 4chan. And while I have my own opinions about the backrooms,
Let's see,
I
where's
can
the
at least
airdrop?
enjoy and respect the Lovecraftian, incomprehensible side towards the concept.
I gotta open the map.
Thanks for watching.
1
As
second.
always,
Oh,
much love to my Patreon supporters for helping the channel stay afloat. If you pledge, you get early access and exclusive content, and the price you pay is all up to you. Anyway, please like and subscribe and all that stuff, but only if you want to. I'm your host, I'm Six. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and have a good night.
thank you. Ta-da! I'm practicing for my driver's license. I'm just kidding. Ba-ba. Ooh, wow. Looks so cool. Okay, let's see. Next one is over there. That's loud. Okay. Hang on 1 second.
Hello and welcome to a brand new format. This was a long time coming. We'll take a look at the disturbing part of YouTube. I already made an iceberg video way back, but I never had a format that is fully dedicated to the dark side of YouTube. I've collected quite a few very interesting channels and videos, some of which are very unknown and go
Where's-
pretty deep. We're also on our way to 200,000 subs, which is just surreal, so
Is it in the fracking tower?
The
What is
topic
it?
here was very
Oh.
It's extremely mysterious, but I might have
Beep,
a
beep.
possible explanation at the end. I'm unsure as to how much I'm able to show, so I will unfortunately have to work
Wait,
with
hang on.
frames of the original video instead of showing the entire thing. You'll soon understand why. Before we start, I'll have to give credit to the tech realm for this one. It was honestly very difficult to find any information on this topic, and he covered this case in his format. I'll be referring to his video in the following. Dave Jeremy was a YouTube channel that posted a 48-second long video in 2020. The video is titled
It's been
Where She
opened.
Is. In the video, we can
Really?
see a guy holding
It
up a
has?
missing person poster. It has the name and image of the person. It seems to be someone who goes by Deborah Watkins. After this, he sways his camera to the left and shows
Oh
a
my God.
shovel and dirt. He then places the poster on the dirt. The dirt looks wet. It looks like someone recently dug it up. He then goes closer to the poster, puts a dollar note on the paper, and backs off. On the dollar note, we can see a red sign, which looks very similar to the Zodiac Killer sign. Also considering the title of the video, which pretty much leaves no room for speculation.
Okay,
This
time
guy
to leave.
seems to be
Bye.
the perpetrator of this girl. Looking for Deborah Watkins through regular search engines brings no results. Same applies to the channel name itself. That's also why I struggled quite a bit, and I couldn't find any info or any discussions in forums. Strangely, you need to use Wayback to find archived versions of a website where she's indeed listed as missing. At the same time this website went down, the entire Day of Germany channel was terminated. You normally need 3 strikes to be permanently banned off of YouTube. This channel only had 1 video. In normal circumstances, that would equal to only 1 strike. But the
Damn it.
channel, like I said, was completely wiped off. So it doesn't really add up. There was another
Hello.
channel created with the exact same
You're
name
shooting
and
at
the same
me.
upload. Well, this channel was also swiftly banned.
Stop it.
It makes you wonder, how does he keep getting banned so quickly? The guy wasn't even generating huge traffic. Then, an already existing channel named Tacit
Okay.
re-uploaded the video, and his entire channel got
I
banned.
shall go
So
back.
whoever re-uploads this video gets their entire channel taken down. I have no idea if all of the information that the Ticket Realm mentions is real, but if it is, then it's really strange. I definitely believe there was some police involvement in this, but more to that in a moment. One final thing we can see on the YouTube page is a banner. It's very difficult to decipher, but the Ticket Realm came up with a somewhat complete decipher, reading, "Somebody in this age, there were 4. When you think too hard, it makes the simplest things the most complex. No, break the illusion.
Hello.
I, around.
Where'd they
I won't
go?
return, but she needed it. If I come back to the public, everyone will for once know. No length of sentence means anything. My time has come." At the bottom of the note, we have a signature that looks pretty similar to the Zodiac sign. So here are my 2 cents.
The fuck?
I reverse image searched the image of the girl, and the girl is indeed missing. But the information in the video and on the website are false. I was redirected to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. There we learned that this girl didn't go missing in 2020, but rather already in 2016. Also, the name is different. This girl's real name is Ashley Faith Suter, who was 16 years old and went missing in Montgomery County, Tennessee. If we compare all of that to the missing poster in the video, we quickly realize that most of the information is wrong. This either was done on purpose, or the information might just be outdated, or the guy behind this entire thing is just dumb and couldn't even do proper research for this tasteless ARG. Either way, it makes sense that the police would take down the website and take down YouTube videos spreading misinformation. The full video is probably blacklisted by YouTube to not give people the opportunity to re-upload it in order to decrease the likelihood of spreading information that would only cause more confusion. First and foremost, please do not harass anyone I mention in this or any other video on my channel. I have to give credit to Johnny the Mic Guard for this one. He covered a YouTube channel called BellyBoy75, a self-proclaimed future filmmaker animator. This channel in itself isn't even that interesting. It honestly makes the impression of an art project, but I'm not entirely convinced. It's due to 2 other channels that he runs, which definitely don't seem to be art projects. One is called
God
Timothy
damn it.
Damons, which is also the
I
real name
was
of this guy,
found.
and another one
Shit.
is TV Damons. These channels are mainly about his religious beliefs, and there's generally a bigger incentive on the Armageddon and Apocalypse.
I believe Armageddon essentially is when mankind wages war.
I'm scared.
That is bizarre. Imagine mankind getting about 5 billion people on this earth waging war against God. I don't know. That seems like it's very steep.
He says that it's merely his opinion and stuff, so it really makes the impression that this is not fake or an ARG, but rather honest content. Only reason I'm showing this is to make sure you understand that there might be a bigger motivation or intention behind the following clip. One video in particular on this channel is pretty odd and terrifying. It's called Pennsylvania Pig Puncture, PBS, Season 8, Episode 6.
While I clean this off, I'm going to show you a
video that I call Pennsylvania Pig Puncture.
You can also tell from the comments that people are genuinely confused. It doesn't make any sense. It just randomly cuts to the footage with the pig. This video is also still online on his channel for whatever reason. In the entirety of this video, you can see him and seemingly his family hanging out. The video itself seems to include older footage, if we compare how he looked in those compared to now. As for his Valley Boy 75 channel, Timothy uses a puppet, which he named Fluff, and was trying to scare people, I guess.
I just want you guys all to know I see you and you and you.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
obviously,
Jesus
I'm not gonna lie. But the pig puncture video is definitely the most terrifying thing I was able to witness on the channel.
Oh my god.
I just want to give a quick last reminder that I recently uploaded the second episode.
I was doing so good. Ugh. I only got 2 kills. I'm so confused. This is not multiplayer.
It is very similar to the formats that you see on my channel, but it's completely uncensored, and I can talk about stuff that I couldn't do here. Check it out on Patreon, amongst everything else I offer on there for just $2. I also launched a profile, so if you feel generous, I'd appreciate any form of support. Let's move on.
Let's eat.
I'm sure that the majority of you heard of this. It was an
Some fun
American
day.
cook whose 39 members ingested an applesauce pudding mix and secured plastic bags around their heads, which obviously
That's
took
what I
them
want
all
to
out.
do.
They believed that their bodies were merely a container or vehicle for their consciousness, and that once they passed away, they would be transferred to their next bodies.
I know that I was sent here for a task, and I'm not talking about this vehicle. I know that this vehicle was picked and prepped with my assistance.
How do you eat fun dips?
Deposit. And that deposit in that vehicle sought and searched for the truth.
The case itself is very disturbing, and I think for some, it is one of the most terrifying events that they heard of. Oftentimes, we only hear about what happened or what led to the ritual, but we rarely take a look at the individual members. In 2016, a YouTube channel named Thoughts on Thinking Stuff uploaded a 2-hour-long video titled Heaven's Gate Student Exit Statements. In this video, we get a rare insight into multiple members and what they were thinking in their final moments.
It answered a lot of things that I was asking consciously and subconsciously, which were things like,
What does this mean?
what's next for you? What is
Rank in legendary in MP or BR.
what is the meaning of life?
Shortly after
The
recording
series
this
just
video,
barely started.
it
How
would
are we
carry
supposed to
out
get?
the ritual.
Oh,
It's surprising how
68
articulate and
days.
seemingly intelligent they were. It just goes to show that regardless of who you are, you can always be preyed upon by these malicious codes and be manipulated and taken advantage of. The following topic, especially the YouTube channels suggested, were very unknown, and it was only recently uncovered on the subreddit Internet Mysteries, even though this entire thing dates back to over a decade ago. OP describes 2 YouTube channels that were created for the sole purpose of celebrating perpetrators and mocking, as well as bullying the victims. One of the commenters also says, "You just unearthed something really, really gross, weird, and horrible. I looked into it. Seems like it's a dead community of predators who will blackmail the underage." This same group was, for instance, responsible for the extreme bullying of Amanda Todd, Jesse Slaughter, and other underage children online. This entire topic was very well covered on WordPress, but it would take far too long to go through everything, so I'll just stick to the main points and YouTube channels as the following. The YouTube channels seemingly belong to the same person or group of people. 2009 Capo Awards and 2010 Capo Awards feature multiple videos of rankings. They are pretty self-explanatory, so let's just have a look.
Federal agents arrested Filipini at his Massachusetts home last month and found more than 100 videotapes of webcam sessions like these.
John Hawk has his own web show. He streams live videos and has quite a few followers. But this is Hawk's mugshot. Police say he for women live online.
How do people get famous for this?
And honestly, I'm unsure what I'm even allowed to show and what not. But the people making these videos are putting predatory websites and people in a ranking. And from what I understand, people were able to vote. According to the description of a different video, 4,000 people voted.
Let's go under
There are a
siege.
lot of hints regarding CP as well, but it's very difficult to understand everything without any context. The description reads, there are many moments in capping that shock and amaze us. Moments like online live, our word, and cappers being arrested, or if moderation is killing our win. What was the most shocking of them all in the year 2009? Another video is called Public Side of the Year, and the rank
Wait,
one website
you
is
trigger
MLB,
happy
which
madman.
was shut down on grounds of CP and endangerment of women, according to Change.com. There, the author says, most of the girls who became exposed by the men on these threads are 15 to 18 years old. How do I know? My city has a threat. I have female friends that are pictured on it, and I'm working to get them off of it. I'm working to stop this invasion of privacy that none of these girls asked for. And ultimately,
I'm alone?
I'm working to
Oh
end
my
this
God.
website's proliferation of CP. So yeah, not really surprising that this website would end up at number 1 in their video. What also becomes apparent is that they trick these girls into doing something regrettable in order to blackmail them and force them to undress themselves on camera. And this in turn is also used to further blackmail them, even leading, in the case of Amanda Todd, to her taking her own life. The dates of the case and the group's activity also line up, since the perpetrator, codm, harassed Amanda online between 2009 and 2013, the same time her coppers were the most active. While doing some more research into this, I found another YouTube channel named The Daily Capper News, who made a full video on the Amanda Todd case. This video has well
I'm
over
so
100,000
concentrated
views.
now.
While this YouTube channel and its main demographic are all perpetrators, they now start backpedaling, which seems to be a desperate attempt at saving face.
More details to the recent Amanda Todd tragedy. The majority of people seem misinformed. The media tends to miss out on a lot of key information. Others have no idea what they're talking about, and police investigators have no understanding of the internet at all. While people have made Amanda Todd's case into an example of bullying, what they tend to overlook is the capping and blackmail aspect of the story. Contrary to what the media believes, this wasn't just a petty case of cyberbullying. For them to continue to get the capping community mixed up with cases such as sexting.
According to the comments, the opinions seem to be mixed. This account makes me sick. How could someone ever do this to a child?
I'm alone.
This video is so effing sick. They
Oh
should
no,
be
wait.
thrown into jail.
I have
The
teammates.
person who made her do this, are you happy?
Ugh.
This girl is dead because of her. She had her whole life.
I'm
ahead
so
of her.
worried I would be alone. Oh my god.
Why would you do that? With someone replying, yes,
Yay.
I'm happy.
Hello.
Someone else also says, the
Welcome.
people who make the Daily Capper are true heroes to the earth. They are one of the greatest things to ever happen to this earth, and will always stand
Dance
behind
fever.
them wherever they may be. Also replying to a comment of someone asking how perpetrators are the heroes of the earth, saying, because they put the life of Amanda Todd. In the other channel's Capital Wars 2010, there's only one public video on it. In this instance, the
Thanks so much for
production
being
is
here.
similar,
I'm so
but we have
happy I'm
an
not
AI voice
alone.
narrating the entire thing. Also with Jesse Slaughter being a nominee.
Welcome, Cappers and Camp, to the official 2010 Capper Awards voting video. Here we will go over the awards and the nominees. Jesse Slaughter, please out. There is no need to go into any detail about this. Everyone knows the story. Papa Jazz wants moment. This 50-year-old brought lulz to camp for the win with his lip camps with 17-year-old Mama PhD. Aussie owned by Triple X Grenade. Aussie has denied blackmailing anyone all this year. But when the infamous Calm happens, get hold of some information. They forced him to apologize to all the girls he blackmailed.
Dude, what are you doing?
They have their own websites and hangout spots, but everything has been shut down.
How
They
did-
also have a Daily Motion and Vimeo, where we can find
So many
videos
questions.
but not uploaded on YouTube. This is a very large rabbit hole, so I don't want to go through everything. But in one of the videos, they basically explain what capping is.
Now a lot of people wonder exactly what capping is really like. Some people have gone as far as to describe it as an underground version of Girls Gone Wild, in some ways that can be considered true. Let's compare, shall we?
Besides, I like the clubs. There are shy girls, drunk girls, friends, and the ones you already know will be epic. This would be a typical example of convincing a girl to flash a chat room. That would look something like this. Usually after a girl flashes, you have those idiots who think it's will look different the second time. In a chat room, that would look something like this.
It's more or less harassing underage girls until they give in and do what they say. With the biggest difference being that during camping, you'll
I
usually
still
end
have a
up
gun.
blackmailing your victim.
Of course, there are lots of differences
Oh,
between
wait.
camping and Girls Gone Wild. For one, there are no blackmailers on Girls Gone Wild. But then again, those girls know they're going to have their videos shared all over the world. While camping and kidnap will come when they get recorded.
Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised that the Daily Motion channel is still online, because some of the content is really strange. Like I already mentioned, most of this is from 2009 to 2012, so the campers are either gone, or they may operate in smaller groups or solo from now on. I made a full deep dive on this channel way back, and I'd say this is easily the most real and disturbing YouTube rabbit hole I've ever seen. The videos show a guy that is being tormented and is being held in captivity with chains. There were real videos of him on YouTube getting burned with a furnace iron. There were multiple interviews with him where he's accused of basically being a traitor to his country and therefore has no rights anymore. And he knows that no one will come to help him. I also have received multiple messages from viewers back then that decided to also look into this, and they are convinced that this must be real. But I always leave the possibility open that it might be the most elaborate troll in history, but it seems super unlikely. The topic is very unknown, and prior to my video, there were no mentions of this topic on YouTube. After my video, there was a Spanish channel that did a video on this as well, but it really didn't receive much recognition. In total, I managed to find 5 channels that were
That was
touching
really
the topic,
stressful.
but in actuality, there were a lot more. The channels in question seem to be all banned now, but I archived some of the footage. In this video, we will mainly focus on only one channel named Aristio Santiago Cortes. This is pretty much the entire channel. A guy chained up,
Oh.
crosses on his skin.
A
He
crystal.
also lost a lot of weight. If we compare his body prior to his abduction, we can clearly tell that he was most likely starving for multiple years in captivity. There are also occasional changes in terms of location in these videos. Here, for instance, it is dark outside, and there are pieces of paper next to him. In some of these videos, the cameraman shows the surrounding area. Here, they clearly are outside. Besides this, every video on this channel is almost identical. Also, none of these videos do we hear the victim talking. Here, they are inside again. Notable is the interior of the building. It looks abandoned. That's probably why he feels confident taking him outside to film as well. Up until this point, one could have maybe considered this entire thing to be a weird fetish or very elaborate troll, but with the following clip, the possibility diminishes drastically. In this one, the guy behind the camera steps forward. He heats his furnace iron and it's definitely 100% the real deal. Keep in mind that this was completely accessible at the time for years, and only after the release of my video did it get taken down. However, this video still feels kinda off. It's without a doubt real, but they seem very inexperienced or even insecure with how they torment the victim. At the time, I came up with the theory that the guy behind the camera was forced to do this, but it was just speculation on my part. I honestly have no idea. Well, I said I'll only talk about one of the channels. I have to show you one of the interviews on the other channel.
¿Te sientes desilusionado por perderlo todo? No. Sabes que cualquiera te puede torturar y a nadie le importa. Sí. ¿Sabes que no hay consecuencias de lo que te hagan? Sí. En las autoridades no les importa. Sientes justo el luto de que en total necesito saber. ¿Eres agente de alguna agencia nacional o extranjera? No.
I'll link my full
Now,
deep dive into this topic down.
why would you put them outside of the defensive umbrella? I just want to know. They literally say don't do that. But whatever.
Below, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's easily one of the darkest channels, if not the darkest, on YouTube. In America, many states allow the photography and broadcasting of photos. This leads to very disturbing hearings that have been captured on tape and shared on YouTube. Particularly, one stands out, and some of you should be familiar with it. It's a recording from Chris McNabb, who was heavily denying the allegations against him, taking the life of his 2-week-old baby.
I just don't understand how you find somebody guilty of doing something to a 15-day-old baby, because there was no evidence whatsoever that proved anything about me putting my hands on my kids. I've never done it. I never would. I don't believe in it. I was beat as a child, and I don't agree with it at all. And I would never do it. I would never do this. That's all I got to say.
They're coming after me.
Honestly, it really sounds like he truly believes what he's saying. Regardless, the judge then asked him one last question, and this clip certainly got a lot of attention.
Well, I can make a lot of comments on what you said. I can make a lot of comments on the trial, but I know that was just me arguing with you and talking with you. I'll ask you one simple question. You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did it, they deserve to be out of the jail.
Okay, so they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Most definitely.
Okay. On the crime of harassment or sexual life in confinement without parole, or pursuing the death of another, I sentence you 10 years of confinement consecutive and after.
Not only was he charged for life in prison without parole, his wife was also sentenced to 30 years in prison because she was an accomplice in taking their daughter's life and subsequently dumping their body in a duffel bag. They were both high during their crime, and until the very end, they were protesting and told the media that they were innocent, but to no avail. So this channel and this content has now been banned off of YouTube after I covered it. So thanks to everyone for reporting it. But the context of those videos are very disturbing. You were able to see cat videos that definitely
Thank you.
helped out. After doing some more research, I understood that the videos on the channel didn't depict the full version. Instead, we only see one segment of the full videos. We see the part prior to the torment of these cats. And this is to circumvent the deletion of the video or a possible takedown of the entire channel. This worked for the YouTuber for a few years actually, but after my coverage in the Studying Part episode 9 format, the channel received mass reports, causing the channel to get terminated. In one of the latest uploads, we were able to see a cat in a cage. After a few seconds, the uploader decided to show an image of the cat. This goes on for the majority of the video. Near the end, it cuts back to the footage. The cat now looks very different from the image and the previous footage shown. The fur suddenly was black. Just looking at the footage without the audio, you might have not been able to guess what happened. However, the audio pretty much reveals what caused the dramatic change in appearance. While I won't play the audio here, you can hear a blowtorch in the background. The description of this video reads, provided Duffel, and while you can only hear a blowtorch in the video, it's confirmed that the blowtorch was used to burn the cat alive. In total, the lives of 13 cats were taken this way. 52-year-old Makoto Oya is the perpetrator. He shared videos of him doing this for 13 months before he was arrested. The footage is very graphic, hence the cut version on YouTube. During the first stages of trial, Makoto would argue that it shouldn't be a crime to take the lives of these cats, since he was only quote-unquote carrying out a pest control. More specifically, he said, the excrement and urine of cats stinks. Their nails are sharpened to injure. I don't recognize the extermination of harmful animals to be a violation of the law. So basically, he doesn't regret anything, and he was only sentenced to nearly 2 years and probably only served 1. This YouTube channel here is just one of many that share similar or identical content here on YouTube. These people are also Japanese forums like 5CH, but it's just too difficult to research when you don't speak the language, so I'll stop here. This is probably one of the more shocking disaster videos here on YouTube. In 2020, in the port of Beirut, a large amount of ammonium nitrate exploded. The cargo had 2.75 tons of the substance, and it was stored in a warehouse without proper safety measures for the previous 6 years. The explosion was so enormous that it was felt in neighboring countries like Turkey, Syria, Palestine, and parts of Europe, more than 240 kilometers away. The entire incident was captured by multiple people, so here are different POVs.
Ooh.
Initially, I thought that the numbers of victims must be incredibly high, based on the footage, with all of the buildings seemingly disintegrating. But I found it very surprising that a bit over 200 people passed away and 7,000 people were injured. I would have guessed that the numbers would have easily been in the tens of thousands. The explosion was nonetheless extremely devastating. Hundreds of people lost their lives. It also destroyed 40% of the buildings of the city, and 300,000 people became homeless, with the World Bank reporting a total loss of over $15 billion. I previously covered this case, but it's fairly unknown and super disturbing, and not everyone is watching every single video of mine, so I think it makes sense to cover it again. This one was recommended by a viewer on my subreddit. The post reads, Russian digs out a camera out of his eye on YouTube. It's a channel of a Russian who believes he has cameras in his eyes. In 2 of his videos that are public on YouTube, he tears into one of his eyes with various tools, tweezers and syringes, and pulls out the sclera of his left eye piece by piece. The disturbing part is how calm he is about the whole ordeal, or how he can hear a small kid in the background, meaning this man probably has a family to care for. Trigger warning, this is some seriously stomach-churning stuff. He definitely wasn't exaggerating. The video is super graphic, it's completely insane. I definitely cannot show it here in this video. He's basically pulling bits of eye out. I don't understand the language, but it seems to be a man struggling with his mental state and seems somewhat paranoid. He is convinced that there are cameras in his eye and tries to dig them out. In his newer videos, you can see that his eyes are healthy, so he somehow didn't cause permanent damage to his eyes. He has a VK account, and the description of his profile reads, I can't stand how it fries my eyes. And this stone is what my eyes are ready to arc out of my native place. Someone please help me. That's a very rough translation, but you can clearly tell how much he's struggling mentally and how much he believes that there are cameras in his eyes. On 2CH, one of the largest Japanese forums back then, someone shared a lot more on this person. Here's a rough translation. It reads, a rank TV lover from Permanent Allen worked as a Cerberus guard until he went nuts. Everywhere, he began to imagine agents of the State Department who tried in every possible way to track down the Permian in order to give it to aliens who would conduct experiments on him until the end of his life. The guy began to think that microchips and cameras were built into his eyes, so he went to extreme measures and cut them in order to get rid of Cyrus surveillance. He pulled out of his top layer of cornea without painkillers. He talked about all this on his page. The YouTuber uploads to this station just 3 months ago.
My back hurts from carrying this
thing.
Interesting.
I estimated video on 10 of the worst and most disgusting YouTubers. Click here to see it. And please sub to the channel, which is completely for free, and you can always change your mind later.
From day one, you want your nursery to be a place where your little one grows into who they are. From 3-in-1 cribs to washable rugs, redesigned decor to throw with your child through every magical moment, starting with the first. Visit nestig.com to explore.
Do you see what I mean? Oh, shit. I keep forgetting to change my settings.
On October 16th, 2014, a user would visit 4chan's paranormal board in hopes of putting an end to his anxious thoughts. He would start by discussing a childhood memory, a winter vacation trip that he took with his family. However, something happened. Something happened to him, his sister, his entire family. But only his brain managed to repress it. That was until now. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Cabin Memories. Okay, X. I need to talk to you about something and tell my story. I'm telling you right now. Don't expect any sort of satisfying conclusion or any major breakthrough. Also, if updates come slowly, it's because I was told by my psychologist to take my time and get every detail I possibly can. There will be some parts written that will be more for setup than anything else. And the green texted parts will be, quite literally, flashes taken from my memory. This whole ordeal takes quite a bit of concentration, so please, bear with me. When I was 8 years old, I had a gap in my memory. This gap was a little over 12 hours, and took place during a family weekend at our cabin in a state park. I could remember waking up in the cabin on our second day there, early in the morning, to go snowshoeing. I remember pulling into the driveway of our home later that night.
I'm so sorry.
All dead silent, and me feeling terrified. I had nightmares for 2 years that would wake me up. My sister did too. My parents were never mad at us. They were very understanding and never asked what the nightmares were about. I never asked my sisters about hers,
Actually,
because I knew in my gut that we both dreamt about the cabin.
that's my fault.
That's all I could remember about them.
Wait.
They were about the cabin, I was running, and nothing else. It got to be too much for me after 2 years, having this gap, not remembering. I finally built up the courage to ask my dad, why don't we go to the cabin anymore? I remember the look on his face. The blood had completely drained from it. He looked horrified, then angry, then confused. He asked me,
You don't remember?
his voice was quiet, a whisper. I just shook my head. No. He looked relieved. He put a slightly scared-looking smile on his face and said,
There was a fire and it burned down. It was pretty bad, and you were young and scared. Your brain must have hid a memory of it for you, so you wouldn't be scared anymore.
I have a feeling you're gonna need my help.
Yes, your brain can do
So,
some funny things.
I was gonna go get the airdrop,
So
but
you don't think about it anymore.
okay. That was it. It was my dad. No reason for him to lie to me, except about Santa Claus. Of course I believed him, and I would have gone on believing him
do do
if I
do
didn't
do
overhear him that
do
night.
do do do.
I had a TV in my room, and a bedtime of 9 p.m. at that time. My sister, being 4 years older, wanted to stay up later. One of my regular
They in
habits
fact
would be to
did
watch
not
TV
need my
before I
help.
went to bed by muting it and putting the captions on. So that night, I did the same thing. And when my father thought I was asleep, I could overhear him talking to my mother and sister. I won't bother
Okay,
you with
bye.
the whole conversation, just the important parts.
I just arrived just to gather.
I told him there was a fire, and not to dwell on it. If he asks anymore, tell him one of our lanterns got knocked down when he was setting up dinner.
I didn't sleep that night. Hard to do so when you find out your whole family is conspiring against you, and you don't understand why. And at 10 years old, I was too damn afraid to confront them again. The years went by. I did my best to forget that my family was lying to me. I really was too afraid to know what happened. The nightmares kept up, but I got better at dealing with them. I stopped waking up screaming by the time I turned 11. The year I entered high school, my grandma had a stroke, and my mom retired to take care of her. She was a state trooper
Thank you so
for 20
much.
years. My dad was one as well, and retired at 28 years. Their careers are somewhat relevant later. I started falling into depression around that, actively thinking about killing myself. I didn't know why. I just didn't want to keep going. My parents had guns. I knew where they were. Quick and painless. I almost did it in my sophomore year, but I couldn't will myself to pull the trigger. I was
God
20
damn
when I
it.
decided I had enough. My first girlfriend, which lasted 2 years, broke up with me. I didn't see a reason to go on anymore. She knew about my past attempt and history of depression. She was the only one I ever told to that point. Then she got scared and called the cops on me. I was put in a psychiatric institute for a week and was put in touch with a psychologist to help me. I'm sorry, I know that I'm going slow enough already, but it's next day this time. Maybe 2 minutes. By the time I met with my psychologist, I knew I wasn't a danger to myself anymore. I had decided that I couldn't do that to my family. And it wasn't some medical professional who made me come to that decision. It was my uncle. He owns a vending company and stocks the machines. One of his clients is the psych institute that I was in. He pulled me aside at lunch and begged me to do what I had to do to get better. He told me how my dad informed him of what happened to me, how he was sobbing uncontrollably, how
The fuck?
until my dad got the words out, that he was afraid that his brother was telling him that he was sick and going to die. That got to me. Not particularly relevant, but it's one of the most important moments of
Ooh.
my life. It helped show why I made some of the decisions I made after. So, I looked forward to seeing a psychologist. I wanted to figure out my problems and get better, so I would never even think of putting my family through that again. Doc was really nice, and I opened up to him immediately. We just sort of hit it off really well. Maybe it was my eagerness. Maybe it was because I felt like he genuinely wanted to help. Probably both. For 7 sessions, 1 a week for 7 weeks, I talked about my life and childhood, and everything and anything that I thought might be relevant, and even the stuff I didn't think was. I answered his questions as best as I could, and he sat and listened. It was on the 8th week that we finally touched on my dreams, and the black memory of the cabin. I don't know why he waited so long. I had admitted that I had trouble sleeping due to nightmares almost all my life in my 3rd session, and there wasn't a follow-up until now. Maybe he was just trying to get to know more about me, and get me more comfortable with him before he broached it. But broach it he did.
Let's talk about your nightmares. You told me you've had them consistently since you were young. What are they about?
Join large-scale battles with military vehicles. The online action game War Thunder has received a major update. Direct Hit, joining the battle on machines like the
I can't remember them ever. Just little bits. I'm at our old cabin, I'm running, I'm scared. Nothing else. I told you about our cabin, right?
Yes. You said you spent a lot of time there when you were young. It sounded like you loved the place. Did something happen there?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I can't remember. My dad says there was a fire.
You don't believe him?
No. You're right.
Why do you say that?
It was then that I related to him everything that you currently know. The lie my father told me. The agreement between my family to keep up the line. And of course, the total block of what happened. A blocked memory of a cabin from childhood. Nightmares since. Family not telling me the truth, quote unquote, for my own good. Depression years later. And a suicide attempt. I was every psychologist's wet dream. And I knew it when I saw Doc's eyes that he had written this up for 1 of 2 things. 1, I was molested. 2, I witnessed a murder. Or 3, both. Don't think I hadn't crossed my mind. I had pretty much written that off as what happened, especially once I started unblocking pieces of that memory, and parts of it fit. The more I remembered though, the more I realized that's not what happened. So don't go writing me off just yet. So, this is when Doc and I
What?
He had me start
0 gun kills? How did they score MVP with 0 gun kills? That makes no sense. What does this mean?
Church was still celebrating holidays as family time. Recruitment. She was recruited when she was working in a salon, and 2 college-aged girls came in and asked if she wanted to attend Bible study. She said no at first, but told herself that if they came a second time, she will take it as a sign from God and attend. Of course, the girls came again. This is the tactic. She decided to go to the Bible study. She was not introduced to the Mother of God until much later, not before they discredited every mainstream religion first, especially Catholicism. Examples include Sunday worship is wrong, and any holidays are the devil's doing because of pagan origin. How they cut you off from family and friends. They tell you that your family is important, but your eternal/heavenly family is more important than your physical earthly family. The devil will work through your friends and family to try to convince you to turn against God, aka the church. The only way to save your loved ones is to get them baptized into the church, so she has to be able to convince her father to also convert. This is why they didn't come to our wedding. Even when my husband begged on his knees and cried for his father to come, the church leader said that to attend the ceremony was to condone the evil doings of the devil, and so he didn't come. He said that he's doing it out of love, citing the passage from the Bible where Abraham was asked to sacrifice his son. They go to church 3 times a day on Saturday as part of Passover. They believe that Sunday worship is wrong because the Bible says to keep Sabbath on the 7th day. It is in line with the Seventh-day Adventists. To not keep the Passover means you lose part of your salvation, so they will not miss it no matter what. Even on birthdays, graduation, weddings, and even when we go on vacations, they will miss all of Saturday to attend service. They are discouraged from looking things up on the internet. They are to disregard anything you have to say unless you are very well versed in the Bible. They constantly cherry pick everything to justify their claims, one of which is the Mother of God, who came from Eve, citing in Revelations that New Jerusalem is the bride of the Lamb, aka the bride is New Jerusalem. There are a few other passages that they try to use to justify that there is a Mother God counterpart, because God said, "Let us make man in our image." They argue that the us and our refers to Father and Mother God, and that Mother God is Sang Dil Ah, a South Korean woman in her 70s, currently residing in South Korea. It is so creepy because my sister-in-law keeps a photo of her on her bedside and prays to this lady every morning and night. They do not pray in Jesus' name. They pray in their Heavenly Father's name, aka the Korean
That's so
man
weird.
found in the original cult, aka Han Sang Hong, who they believe is the second coming of Christ. My sister-in-law was married and her husband did not believe, and it caused a lot of tension in
Let's
their
go
marriage.
fracking tower.
She blames him for not loving her enough to persevere. She doesn't see it his way at all. The church also doesn't encourage you to have children in the church, because the apocalypse is coming, and why would you bring children into a world where they can't be saved? She is completely brainwashed, and his father is as well. I cannot tell you the amount of money they donated from their paychecks. The church tells you that the more you donate, the better your reward will be in heaven. They don't celebrate holidays with us because it's evil. They won't do anything against their church, and they believe that the more obedient they are, the better the chances are to save their loved ones who don't believe. I'm so over it, honestly. Sadly, this user would not provide more information on their sister-in-law, as it's likely that they have little to no communication with her anymore due to her being involved with this cult. One thing is clear, that throughout the years, the God the Mother cult keeps popping up, and thanks to Reddit, we're able to find many people who've also encountered them. It's hard to tell what they want other than monetary gains for the founding family, but when it comes to doomsday cults, things never tend to end well.
You know what?
Currently, the God the Mother cult has over 3 million
Switch
members
this
spread across 175 countries, and recently, in 2022,
Ooh.
it was reported that they were not linked to any trafficking operations. From what I can tell, they've been laying low.
I know.
Aside from the occasional
It's
report
like
that it was
cheating.
members. So if you're ever on campus, the mall, or just
But-
walking through the city, and you get approached by somebody who wants you to go to their Bible study, be careful that they're not with the God the Mother cult, and reject every offer they give you. Otherwise, you might end up stuck, unable to reach your family, your friends, or your finances.
If anybody ever tells you that in order to get into heaven you need to donate money, they're lying.
By the Reddit user Blue Black Jupiter.
God does not need money.
Originally uploaded, the OP has added multiple updates, so we're going to explore this in the order they were added. The first post went like this. Yes, I
Oh
know
my
what
god.
you're thinking. Past psychological evaluation. 10-minute compilation video, 90 plus pages of timestamp
Bad
incidents,
gun.
and my carbon monoxide detector works fine. Before
But it
watching
has a
the video,
very satisfying sound.
be in a silent room, use headphones, and turn the volume up to maximum. The tool means the person in the above unit. Background, me, single black female from the US. Her, single white female from Ireland. I can't even begin to describe how unbelievable and frightening the situation is. It started shortly after I moved into my apartment on September 1st of 2020. My therapist picked up on the fact that I seemed uneasy and asked if I felt safe. At the time, I hadn't turned into my surroundings much, but realized she was right, and I hadn't been relaxing. I'd soon learn why. Inexplicably, my neighbor from above would follow me from room to room and hover over me. For example, if I'm in my bedroom, she will already be in the room above it. If I get up to go to my kitchen, she will tail behind me seconds after. If I go back to my room, she'll do the same, sometimes stomping. She's literally my shadow.
Ooh, type 19. I should not have my wrists like that. That's gonna cause some damage. I need a sniper. Where'd the other person go? Found them. Or maybe not. I don't know. Hello. Whoa. Airdrop is so far away. Let's go grab it. I see a car. Okay, it's by the asylum. So, wait. Oopsie.
For the first few months, she did this nearly every single time I got up to do something, even during some intimate moments like taking a shower or using the bathroom. Dumbfounded, I asked friends if they'd ever been able to hear their downstairs neighbors. I've never heard them in past places.
Someone else is going to.
I took detailed notes for a week before realizing things weren't a coincidence. The first person I told was my therapist. She encouraged me to seek out an evaluation, and I did. Not having a history of such illnesses, I never doubted my observations, but still wanted to rule out the onset of something like schizophrenia. I'm fine in that regard. It sounds
Oh no,
crazy,
hold on.
but for the longest time, I've suspected there might be hidden cameras in my apartment. There have been too many things I've done that she's reacted to that wouldn't be possible without seeing me. And honestly, hidden camera crimes will become more frequent once people realize how easy they are to get on sites like Amazon. They're already an issue in places like South Korea.
Oh. I'm supposed to go this way. I think they're going for the Arsenal airdrop, whereas I'm going for the green one. They're going for the pink one.
Why I think there's more to this. She never ever leaves her apartment, and until May, never appeared to have any visitors.
Okay.
Those visitors were some of the tenants on the floor. They moved out last weekish. When I complained to the landlord in October, he told me maintenance was never able to get to her unit. He also said that 2 people lived there, and that one was unemployed. Said that he would talk to her in person, which I didn't get since we were in lockdown.
Okay,
The
I'm gonna go
landlord then went MIA
there.
and hired a property manager. Her roommate secretly moved out last year. All the tenants on her floor moved out by June. All units in the building are on September leases with the exception of one. One of the tenants on her floor had a roommate who appeared to move out during the middle of the year. Someone left a bottle of bleach square on my doormat. This has racist connotations, and bleach and acid attacks are not uncommon in Europe. I suspect she might have done it. I cannot hear the tenants below me, and I could barely hear those next to me before they moved out. The only sounds I hear from my upstairs neighbor are her stomping, smoke alarm, and when she first turns on her shower. This isn't an insulation problem.
Oops. Ooh. You know, one thing I wish OP had been asked is if she had ever, in her years of renting, heard her upstairs neighbors before. Or is it just like this new thing that she wasn't expecting? You know? Like, ignoring the bleach outside of her doorstep for a second, I feel like the sounds are explainable. At least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so I wish somebody had asked OP if she had ever lived anywhere where she had upstairs neighbors. I'm gonna go to Rivertown airdrop. But anyway, yeah, I wish somebody had asked her, and that way we could gauge more of like a. Because if she's never had upstairs neighbors, then it makes sense that she would think, oh, I didn't realize it would be this loud. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Whew. Hello? Oh, I gotta go. I'm not gonna risk going in a car just because you never know. Oh, they're coming for me. What? Hello? How many? 2 players. Okay. I don't think I killed the real person. Oh, shit. I did? Yay.
This is causing a significant amount of pain, anxiety, and medical issues. I've lost months of work and have spent nearly a quarter of my life living with friends. I live very much in fear that this person could harm me as they are fixated on me 24/7 and never ever leave their apartment. This is an extremely strange situation, and given how folks in my periphery have behaved, I believe someone knows something. I can't keep quiet about this any longer in fear that she might do something to someone else. I'm hoping by sharing this story, the community might be able to help me with the following.
What is this pose?
Cameras can hide and detect OP also provided an almost 10-minute long video of their experiences with the upstairs neighbor. I have already played portions of the full video, and here's the rest of it.
Level 22 for type 19. Yeah. Okay, we did it. Double rank XP. What does that mean? Oh, never mind. I know what it means. Okay. Target acquired. Cling. I don't know what login with your Call of Duty account means. Like, I am logged in with my Call of Duty account. You know what? I think I'm just gonna chill on this. Just kidding. I can't. Let's go up here. Let's just, you know, relax. Oh my god. Nah. Look at her nails. She's so slay. I love her. Not me complaining about the pose for Vanguard and then being like, look at her boobs. It was on accident, by the way. Okay, more people are in this, so. Ooh. I should go to Ghost Town. I love Ghost Town.
The comments were immediately full of support and advice, but mostly validation for the OP, and reassurance that they were not crazy for being concerned about the situation. I've seen cases on this sub where people are obviously genuinely suffering from some type of mental problem. Based on the videos, I don't think this is the case at all. I've lived in flats before and have not once been able to hear the people below me, especially as you were moving rather quietly at some points, yet she still followed. I absolutely understand your concern of hitting cameras for this reason. If moving out isn't an option, and you'd rather find evidence you need to get looking, check wall sockets, smoke detectors,
A type 19! Yay!
where you would think a camera could be hidden. A lot of cameras reflect light, so turn off all the lights and then search around with your phone's flash. It might take a while to do a deep search of your home, but it sounds worth it. It's concerning that she knows the room you've walked through despite how quiet you are sometimes. It's especially concerning that she's doing it in the first place. Sounds to me like she's got some kind of mental problem, especially if she never goes out, but instead spends her days stomping about to worry you. I definitely would recommend moving, but I know that's not always an option. You're doing the right thing by logging everything, so don't stop that. Seriously, I'm nearly in tears. Thank you for validating this. It's been so hard opening up because I assumed people wouldn't believe me. I've had to be so strategic with who I tell as a result. But now, I think it's too serious to just let this go. I feel she might do something to someone else. I'll perform the search you laid out and see if I find anything. Thank you once again. Inspect every single air vent, outlet, fire alarm, light, fan, anything mounted on a wall, or in the apartment when you moved in that you didn't bring with you. Do what another user suggested with turning off the lights and using a flashlight to look for a reflection. If you can't afford it, an RF signal detector should help you find any hidden cameras. Lastly, if you have the ability to, move. Will do. Thank you. I do have an RF detector, but I'm still figuring out how to properly calibrate it. We'll It'll definitely move once I have the means. After some time and dozens of comments, OP would provide us with a series of updates. First update. Thank you so much to everyone who responded. Feeling supported and validated has been overwhelming these last few hours. It's been a long road dealing with this, and I'm not sure what happens from here. At the very least, it might expose a new way people are able to stalk others. On the surface, her actions seem comical, but her methods are worrisome. I also appreciate the skepticism from some posters.
Sniper.
Because even through all this,
Okay,
I have to maintain some
let's go get the
if only
car.
to preserve my sanity. I wasn't able to test for cameras last night as she stayed up as late as I did, so I ended up falling asleep. I will try again tonight. My friend is also just
I don't know
arrived
why
this
I'm
morning.
so
I'll keep this thread
nervous.
updated. From here on, I'll be reading all the updates in the order they were posted, one by one. Second update. Thank you all once again for commenting. I'll try to get through as many of the comments as possible, so I'll provide more info. My friend has been working at my place since this morning. I've mostly stayed in my bedroom while she's been in the other room at her computer. We've noticed the following. When my friend was setting up her computer in the morning, a neighbor came up above us briefly before walking away. When I left my apartment for a little over an hour, my friend said she came above her, stopped for a bit, and then mostly stayed silent. She didn't follow my friend around, but my friend did say that she mostly stayed at her desk and didn't really walk around. When I returned to my apartment, I took a shower. My friend and I heard my neighbor above, near my bathroom, as she stomped periodically throughout my shower. Largely uneventful stuff, but we'll keep an eye on things. I've seen a few comments asking why I'm waiting until nighttime. Given some of the advice about detecting infrared light, I figured waiting until it's as dark as possible would be ideal. It's also quieter, so I can listen for any sounds. I'll update later once my friend and I do a search. Thank you all once again for your help. Third update. My friend and I spent the last 2 hours removing light fixtures, checking outlets, small crevices, little holes in the walls, etc. We didn't find anything conclusive, but we will search again after dinner. Fourth update. We searched again and didn't find anything. Thank you all for your helpful comments regarding finding hidden cameras. I'll do one last check tomorrow, but still not sure what to make of the situation. Fifth update. A kind Redditor helped me get my cameras back online and check to make sure no unknown devices were connected to my Wi-Fi. To get more information on the searches we did this weekend, we removed the light fixtures and checked on anything out of place, inspected the many holes in the walls, the crevices, etc. Checked the vents, outlets, fire alarms, turned off all the lights and used our phones to check for any infrared lights. We didn't find anything, which I'll admit gives me some peace of mind. I know that it's an unbelievable scenario, so maintaining some skepticism is definitely key. I have a few next steps in mind I'll be pursuing. Once again, thank you all so much for your help, comments, and the skepticism. If anything of note happens, I'll create a new thread to update the RBI. Have a great week. I checked the OP's profile myself to see if any further updates were uploaded. But the last thing I was able to find was a reply to one of the comments from a now deleted user. Looking at this logically, if there are any cameras in your apartment, it means that either someone has come into your apartment and hardwired cameras into every room of your house, or that someone is regularly coming into your apartment to swap out batteries. Do either of those options sound likely to you? Also, how frequently does this happen? Just once a day? Once a week? All day, every day? Does this person never eat, sleep, or shower? Does she have nothing better to do than spend every moment of her life watching you and following you around? Does that sound likely to you? You say she never leaves her apartment. Never? Does she not go to work? Does she not go grocery shopping? She spends literally every second of her life watching you. Does that sound likely? I know this must be terrifying for you, but this sounds like paranoia and anxiety. Take all the advice here about checking for cameras. But if you don't find any, are you at least willing to entertain the possibility that this is not really happening? Or that your stress and anxiety are causing you to misinterpret innocent behavior? Your reasoning is very sound, and I too have thought about how unlikely such a scenario might be. If there are cameras, I doubt they'd be battery powered as the harassment is so persistent. If they're hardwired, how could that happen? I don't see anything obvious, so this too becomes difficult to prove. Believe it or not, her following me around occurred nearly every time I got up to do something for the first few months. I'd leave for a few hours daily and come home around 5 or 6. I assume she did whatever.
We're getting gas.
But when I was home, she'd be fixated on me. The part about her staying up is also true. I've tested this countless times, changing my sleep schedule. Yesterday I was up later than usual, replying to comments, looking for an opportunity to search. But she would stomp every so often, which is how I knew she was still awake. I'm not sure what this person does, and I, being someone who is very introverted, even this perplexes me. I have no idea why someone might dedicate so much time to harass a perfect stranger. As for your last question, there have been too many incidents to think this is all in my head. I understand your concerns because it's very easy to make a mountain out of a molehill. In some sick way, I hope they exist, just to prove that this wasn't all in my head. Thank you for your comment, and I'll make sure to keep some skepticism in mind. Unfortunately, no further updates were provided, so so we're kind of left at a dead end. I personally believe that mental health has a lot to do with the situation. Whether it's the OPs or the upstairs neighbor is not quite clear, although given the videos that we saw, we can likely assume that the OP is not making this up in their head. Hopefully they were able to get away from their upstairs neighbor and finally get some peace of mind. But for now, that's all we have to go off of. If you would also like to submit something you want me to look into, or a personal experience you want to hear narrated, join the Discord server linked in the description below. This one is extra disturbing to me. Despite the fact that I found out about it on Reddit, the situation actually takes place on the platform I call home, YouTube. I first found out about this while browsing through the Internet Mystery subreddit. A user by the name of Big Boy
Let's go get some
uploaded this post on June
snacks
5th, 2023. As a bit of a disclaimer, I'm only documenting the experiences of
the
others.
Stone
I
gas
do not condone
station.
harassment of Max Cruz or anybody else involved in this section of the video. A notorious cyberbully by the name Max Cruz 73, prominent for bullying kids on YouTube spell videos.
Oh, dude, Max Cruz
Why is he
is
so
so
obsessed with bullying
pathetic.
kids? So way back when I was
It's giving autism. And as someone with autism, it's giving autism. It's so funny because, like, kids, they could just be like, oh my god, Santa got me, like, a gift for Christmas. You know, kid things. And Max Cruz would come in and be like, actually, it was your parents, not Santa Claus, because Santa Claus is not real. And it's like, dude. Or, like, you could even be like, haha, Santa got me. You know, like, even if you don't believe in Santa, you could just be like, Santa got me, blah, 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 for Christmas. And Max Cruz would go in and be like, you're so stupid. Like, why are you so miserable?
As a child, I was big into the YouTube spell scene, and in the comments there was this user by the name Max Cruz 73. I was doing some sleuthing, and via this subreddit I seen another user possibly link their account to a creepy obsessed stalker. I'm not entirely sure what he does, but a basic rundown, he has a particular fascination with growing wings. He claims he is highly intelligent, and in my friends and his discussions, in his words, I have 9 years of education beyond high school covering 2 careers. Plus,
You know
I have
what,
a private pilot license in my wallet.
I'm gonna park
He seems
this other
enjoyment
card
in bullying
too.
Kids, often getting called out in videos like this by kids who obviously, being kids, are going to just get bullied worse.
Hey everybody, Rebel Hero XD here, and I just want to say that, well, it's more of a
Oh my
question. I want to know if you guys have ever had someone ruin your dreams. Well, something like that is going on right now in a certain video, and I need your help to...
What?
Me and my friends need your help.
God damn it. Sucks. I should have known he was gonna use a sniper. God damn it. Okay. That's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Wait. Okay. Interesting. Anyway. Oof. That's gonna be it for this stream. I hope you enjoyed the stories and the game, and I don't know. Goodbye. I don't know when I'll stream next, but this was fun. 'Cause look, you can see me. Hi. and you can see the game. I don't know, let me know, give me feedback. What do you think of this layout? And I'll see you next time. Bye. Also, let me know if you could hear me too. Thank you.